Will Smith yesterday, won an Oscar for Best Acting, but before that, before giving his speech, he actually. So what happened was, um, Chris Rock was presenting, and he made fun. Okay, so G.I. Jane 2 is still trending right now.
I've just seen that. Yeah.
So he was making fun of everybody basically, but again, he likes to take shots at Will and Jada. I don't know why. Maybe they have history, whatever, but he made fun of her being bald, and that was a G.I. Jane joke or whatever. I don't know what the character is, but basically, he made fun. Will Smith laughed, but Jada didn't like that. So we know what happens next. You know, the the husband has to be a man or whatever, and the thing that happened. So he walked up to stage, he slapped Chris Rock on camera, live on TV, and at the Oscars, especially on the night when he was winning, finally after his entire career in Hollywood. He did this, and
Yeah.
he walked back, he sat down, and he cursed at him, he yelled at him. So while this was happening, Chris Rock didn't even realize that he was serious. So it took Will Smith to go yell from his chair to keep his wife's name out of his mouth. That's when Chris Rock realized, oh, Will was being serious. So
Yeah.
I think that's when probably most people realized. But it also caused confusion because in America on ABC, apparently they cut the audio, which is really unfortunate because I saw it live. I saw it on Disney Plus Hotstar. I saw the whole thing live and nothing cut during my time. And I was like, oh shit, this got serious real fast. You have no idea how watching something like this never happens. This never happens, especially at the
No.
Oscars. It's like the biggest night for these actors. And on the day when he could potentially win an Oscar, he does this. So the
Yeah.
likelihood of this happening is like 0.0001%. Look, first things first, um, we can all agree or disagree or whatever you want to do, however you want to dissect violence, hitting people, whatever the reason is not the answer. That's definitely, out of question that you have to agree with that. So I completely agree that Will Smith was in the wrong here. Um, no matter how he was feeling about it, no matter what caused it, it doesn't matter because legally he assaulted someone and in front of so many people, like the entire, not just the entire audience there, but so many millions of people watching. So that was pretty bad. And I
Yeah.
I I think that he made the wrong decision there, and I think he also agrees he made the wrong choice there. And this, it's not like Will Smith is always like that or anything like that. So this was his first time. Probably anyone saw him out of character like this and stuff like that. So it was a mistake. It was a bad decision. Should not have happened. But I also think that Chris Rock uh, handled it very professionally. He said nothing. He just smiled and just moved on with the announcement, and he carried on with the show. The show went on. So that was very interesting to me, and it was also, I appreciated that because he acted professionally. He didn't let that moment derail the entire show, because that could have been the case. They could have just stopped the show, but he kept it
Yeah.
going. So I appreciate that, and I also appreciate that he didn't file charges against him, and he decided not to. So I also appreciated that. So he was being the bigger man here, and he definitely handled it professionally. I did like that. So later, Will Smith apologized, but we'll get to that later. But what did you think of this moment, and how would you describe it?
Yeah. You can clip this part for TikTok and Instagram. Um, I'm not agreeing with what he did was right or wrong, and I'm not saying I'm good. I'm good. Let me start again, because I said no, clip it, so I messed up. No, right, okay. So look, I'm not saying what he did was right or wrong, but I don't know what I do in that situation, the context of that situation. But I think it's a great imagery for the hypocritical ideals and moral values that we put into celebrities and what they put out to us, that they are perfect and that they want to lead with love and goodness, and that they can't be touched and stuff like that. Because only in Hollywood, only with these celebrities can a man insult another man's wife, and then that man takes offense to it and gets up and slaps that man in front of the entire world. And then 10 minutes later, he's given a standing ovation and given an award. And then he says he's sorry. And then he says that he wants to spread love and kindness to the world. I just think it's a great imagery to show that we put so much fascination into these people who are people at the end of the day. Yes, he's a movie star, a box office star, been in great movies, but he's I don't know what I do in that situation. You know, if it happened down the street, I think a fight would happen. I think the person would retaliate, and maybe we would get arrested and get jail, and somebody could die. And that's what happens in real life. But we've been taught that the context of Oscars and the context of award shows is that you can make fun of people and it's okay. And yes, these are comedians. It's cool to take jabs at people and stuff like that. It's good for a laugh, but it affects people as well. But the context, if it happened down the street, you'd want to whoop that person's ass. If it happened on a live show for awards with celebrities and A-list stars, then it's okay because of the context. And that's what we've been told for years. It's okay to do it at an award ceremony. And that puts this into question. Is it okay to do it at award ceremonies? Is it okay to do it in public? If I can do it at the Oscars, why can't I do it in public? Why can't I do it in school? So I think there's a place and a time for certain jokes. And I think the people you surround yourself can probably tell you that. Because I've said things to my friends that I probably aren't right, but it's a joke amongst friends and they get it and they throw one back and it's back and forth and stuff like that. And it may hurt, but we're all friends and we do this. You know, I do with you sometimes, Casey, as well. You know, it's what we do. And sometimes it hurts people's feelings. And you don't want that. And this seems like one of those situations where it looks like Will Smith and his family are an easy jab because of the way they live their life. And Will Smith and Jada Smith have an open marriage. That's okay. I have no problems with that whatsoever. It's not my life. It's their business. You know, Jaden, his genders, you know, whatever he calls himself, that stuff, that's fine. People just do whatever makes them happy as long as they're not hurting other people. But you have comedians, you have Chris Rock, you have the Amy Schumers. They make jabs, they make jokes, and that stuff can hurt people. That over time that can hurt people. And that Will Smith kind of scenario maybe was a build up of jokes
Yeah.
over the years. It just pissed off Will Smith a little bit too much. And you know what? Context is important. Yes, we can say that Chris Rock didn't know that his wife had that condition, or it's only a joke. But Will Smith lives with Jada Pinkett Smith. They've been together nearly 25 years, something like that. So he has seen like her highs and her lows. So we don't know how bad this condition has infected her personally. This could have been something that was so hard for her to deal with, and the only person that got to see that was Will Smith. And now he sees somebody making fun of that pain, of that sadness that she had, and he has to retaliate in some way. You know, so I think it's people can understand why he did it, but then people are saying that here and say that he shouldn't have done it. It was a right, no, but was maybe he right to do it? Maybe he was. I don't know. I can't sit here and say Will Smith's a bad guy or he
Yeah.
shouldn't have did it. Would have done in that situation at all. And we're told this is not okay because of the context of the situation. How many times does this happen in everyday life for somebody says something to somebody and they retaliate? Not that they should, but it happens a lot. And I don't know, like I'm pretty calm and peaceful and stuff like that. But if somebody said something to somebody I love and a family member, a mother, sister, brother, girlfriend, whatever,
Yeah.
I can't say here. I
In
can't say
real life, that
confidently
stuff
that
is
I
very
wouldn't.
common. Just
Yeah,
saying.
and I can't say confidently that I wouldn't do anything, that I wouldn't look the other way.
Yeah.
I probably, to be honest with you, I probably would retaliate in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not perfect, but I just think it's an interesting example of our fascination with celebrities, and that, and also their fascination of trying to be good all of the time and
Yeah.
trying to uphold this image of I am famous and I am great and I
One
am doing good.
mistake in the
I lead by
limelight can
example.
end their entire
Yeah,
career or sometimes their
yeah,
own lives. So,
yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, that's
it's
that's that's, that's what I kind of think about it, and it's I don't agree or disagree with what he did. All I can see is what I saw, and he reacted to something that obviously hurt him and his family.
yeah,
So I I think I would have did the same,
yeah. And
to be honest.
you know, earlier today we got his apology. He, wrote a note on Instagram. He said, "Violence is in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and the King Richard and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been, and it has been, an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I'm a work in progress."
I guarantee he felt worse than anybody else did, than Chris
Yeah,
Rock even did. You know,
yeah,
and I think, yeah, I think we a lot of us would have retaliated in certain situations to stuff being said to us, but I think we would have regretted it. You know,
yeah.
because it's easy
I
to
actually think they talked it
choose.
out
Yeah,
already. I
yeah,
think,
probably.
yeah. The fact that he
But
didn't take it that seriously, Chris Rock, and the fact that he decided not to press charges, it tells me
yeah,
that he understands why Will reacted that way. And he also just gave Will the space to come and talk to him or whenever he's in his right mind or whatever. But it's good that Will publicly apologized. It gives him a
yeah.
good PR look as well. So yeah.
But you could say that like Chris Rock shouldn't have said it, and he's a coward for saying it. But then I would actually turn it on its head. I would actually say that Chris Rock is actually pretty brave not to retaliate in that situation,
Absolutely.
because he could have made it a lot worse. He could have hit him back. He could have, it could have been a lot worse
He
than it
could
did.
have
But Chris Rock
used this
understood.
because Will Smith is huge. He could have
Yeah,
sued Will Smith.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It could have been, yeah, it would have been the biggest thing in history of anything, because Chris Rock probably acknowledged that maybe I overstepped the line. I didn't mean to. It was a joke, but okay, it obviously hurt him. He retaliated. I took it on the chin. I'm a comedian. That's what I do. End of it. That's it. It's over. I don't think he would have given much afterthought, to be honest with you.
Yeah.